I started working at Arnold and Baldwin. I had a friend that saw an advert on their website for a graduate surveyor. I sent an email directly to Joe, who saw that on my CV I'd been at Sava School of Surveying, and he just employed my colleague Nick from the same place, from Sava. So he saw that on my CV and he got excited and gave me a call and said, good quality surveyor, we've got some Sava so far, let's hope it carries on. So I came in for an interview and a chat, and he hired me a couple of weeks later. It's been really good. So typical day as a surveyor at the moment, wake up at home, check my diary, check the property I'm going to, get in the car and arrive at the property. Spend about, depending on the survey type, about 2 to 3 to 4 hours inspecting, with a little coffee break, meeting the vendor. Then after we've completed the survey, I'll head back to the office. Then once I've head back to the office, I'll get on the computer, upload the photos and start compiling the report. And during this time, we've got all the other surveyors sitting around me and we sort of discuss what we've seen that day, see if we can help each other out in any areas and sort of help compile the report together. So I decided to be a surveyor just because I was sort of working in estate agency, and I wanted a skill that I could be proud of. I wanted a skill that I could travel with and sort of, you speak to people that are lawyers and doctors, and that's what they are. And I wanted a skill like that where I could say, I'm a surveyor. So once I started completing the course, I started really getting into it, really enjoying it. And then once I've completed it, it was a really good feeling, and it's something I'm very proud of at the moment. So I did a degree in sports science at St Mary's University, just like every other 18-year-old. They didn't really know what they wanted to do with their lives. So I had no construction knowledge going into Sava at all. I did a bit of valuation with the estate agency. So going to Sava, I started there, and that's where I learned everything from the construction to the valuation, and then that's where it all came from. My favourite part of the job at the moment is just meeting people, whether it's meeting fellow surveyors, meeting estate agencies and offices, or going to properties and meeting the vendors. You meet some amazing people with good stories, you make some good connections, and it's something that I'm really enjoying, certainly since starting becoming a surveyor. So for me, I've never enjoyed the working week more. Every day is a new challenge to me. The week flies by. It's the only job I've had where I wish I had more hours in the day. So every day you're at a new property with a new set of challenges and a new issue that you've got to deal with. And if that's something you enjoy, it's certainly the career for you. Best part of the training was probably the construction, because it was really interesting just to see how buildings come together. Before I started, I had no idea about how a building was built, but learning all the different types of build and how you can put them together was something really interesting. Now go around and look at every single house that I'm in. Even if I'm out for dinner, I'll still be looking at it and working out the construction. So it's very interesting. So during the Sava course, you're taught by real-life professional surveyors that are out doing the job. I wouldn't say every day, but most days. So it's really good to sort of hear their experiences of what they are doing and how they get past challenges. And the best thing is sort of learning the little nuances they do in the house, and how they get around certain things and how to make your surveys more efficient. So doing the part-time study, it is difficult, and you do have to be motivated to sort of set your time aside and get through the work. At first it will be difficult. I found it difficult at first, but once you start setting that time aside every week and really getting into a good routine, you start to sort of fly through the work and get quicker and quicker at each aspect. So towards the end of it, I was flying and I was passing them first time, and with very little feedback, so it's very good. So during the program, I started working about 2 hours a day for a good few months. That routine fell apart very quickly. I then sort of towards the latter stages of the course, when I was doing more of the coursework, I was certainly working 6-7 hours at the weekend and about an hour during the week. But it sort of depends on your workload and your work-life balance as well. So some months you may find that you haven't really done anything, but don't panic. The other months you'll make up for it, and there's certainly some months where I worked harder at the Sava course than I did at my actual job. So it's kind of how you work it in within your sort of work-life balance and your own routine, really. Believe in yourself, because I looked at the mountain of work on my first day that we had to complete to complete the diploma, and I was scared. I was like, that is a lot of work to complete. It's challenging work. But if you just believe in yourself and take it one task at a time, and you learn and develop as you go, and you build that confidence, and then towards the end of the course, you're flying through your work, you're confident going into exams. So it's just believe in yourself, take it step by step, and you can achieve the diploma. It's certainly achievable. As an associate member of RICS at the moment, I'm still able to go out and complete building surveys of my own, complete home buyer reports of my own, and do valuations as well. So just that qualification on its own opens so many doors for the type of work you can do. But eventually, in a few years' time, I'd like to get my full membership of RICS.